Dr. Amanda Clark rubbed her tired eyes and looked at the computer screen again. She had been working at the Arecibo Research Station for 12 years, and most days were the same. She would check the radio telescopes, look at space signals, and write reports about cosmic noise and dead stars. But today was different. The numbers on her screen did not make sense. For 3 days now, the big radio dishes had been picking up something strange from the direction of Proxima Centauri. Amanda knew that star well. It was the closest star to Earth, sitting just over 4 light-years away. It was a small red star, with at least one planet that might have water. The signals coming from that direction were not random. They had patterns. Real patterns. Amanda called her friend Dr. Ryan Walsh over to her desk. Ryan was younger than her and sometimes made jokes about finding little green men in space. He walked over with a cup of coffee and looked at her screen. "What do you have there, Amanda?" Ryan asked. "Look at these numbers," Amanda said, pointing at the screen. "These signals are coming from Proxima Centauri. They have been coming for 3 days straight." Ryan looked at the data and frowned. "This looks like equipment problems to me. Maybe the dish needs fixing." "That is what I thought too," Amanda said. "But I checked everything twice. The equipment is working fine. These signals are real." Ryan sat down next to Amanda and looked more closely at the numbers. The signals were not just noise. They came in groups. First there were 2 beeps, then 3 beeps, then 5 beeps, then 7 beeps, then the pattern started over. "Those are prime numbers," Ryan said quietly. "Yes," Amanda said. "Someone is sending us prime numbers from another star." The 2 scientists stared at the screen. Prime numbers were not natural. Space did not make prime number patterns by accident. Only intelligent beings would send prime numbers on purpose. "We need to tell Dr. Mitchell," Ryan said. Dr. Kevin Mitchell was the head of the research station. He was a serious man who did, not like jokes or wild theories. When Amanda and Ryan showed him the signals, he looked at the data for a long time without speaking. "How long have you been getting these signals?" Dr. Mitchell asked. 3 days, Amanda said. "They come every few hours. Same pattern each time." "And you checked all the equipment?" "Yes, sir. Everything is working normally." Dr. Mitchell looked at the data again. "Keep monitoring these signals. Do not tell anyone else about this yet. If this is real, we need to be very careful about how we handle it." Over the next 2 days, Amanda and Ryan watched the signals carefully. The patterns became more complex. After the prime numbers, the signals started sending mathematical equations. Simple ones at first, like 2 + 2 = 4. Then harder, ones about geometry and physics. "It is like someone is trying to teach us math," Ryan said. "Or testing to see if we know math," Amanda replied. On the 6th day, something amazing happened. The signals started sending back equations that humans had discovered, but with small changes. They sent Einstein's famous equation about energy and mass, but with extra numbers that made it more accurate. They sent information about atoms and electricity, but with corrections that human scientists had not figured out yet. "They are not just sending us math problems," Amanda said. "They are improving our science." Ryan was excited but also scared. "This means they have been watching us. They know what we know, and they know what we do not know." Amanda called Dr. Mitchell immediately. When he saw the new data, his face became very serious. "This changes everything," Dr. Mitchell said. "We are not just receiving random signals. Someone is actively communicating with us. Someone who knows about human science and wants to help us learn more." Dr. Mitchell made Amanda and Ryan promise not to talk about the signals with anyone. He said he needed to make some important phone calls. That night, Amanda could not sleep. She kept thinking about the signals. Who was sending them? Why were they helping humans learn? How long had they been watching Earth? The next morning, Amanda arrived at work early. She wanted to check if any new signals had arrived during the night. When she looked at her computer, she found something that made her heart beat fast. The aliens had sent a new message. This time it was not math or science, it was a picture. The picture was made of ones and zeros like computer code. When Amanda put the numbers together in the right way, they made an image on her screen. The image showed the solar system, showed the sun in the center, with all the planets in their correct positions. Earth was marked with a special symbol. But the most amazing part was that the picture also showed Proxima Centauri. It showed the red star with its planets, and one of those planets was marked with the same symbol as Earth. They are showing us where they live, Amanda whispered to herself. When Ryan arrived at work, Amanda showed him the picture. They both stared at it for a long time. This is really happening, Ryan said. There are aliens living around Proxima Centauri, and they are talking to us. But why? Amanda asked. Why are they contacting us now? Before Ryan could answer, Dr. Mitchell walked into the room with two people Amanda had never seen before. One was a woman in a dark suit, and the other was a man in a military uniform. Dr. Clark, Dr. Walsh, Dr. Mitchell said. These people are from the government. They need to talk to you about the signals. The woman in the suit stepped forward. I am Agent Lisa Thompson from the Department of Defense. What you have discovered is now classified information. You cannot tell anyone about these signals. But this is the most important discovery in human history, Amanda said. People need to know about this. And they will, Agent Thompson said. But not yet. We need to understand what we are dealing with first. These aliens have technology that is far ahead of ours. We need to be careful. The man in uniform spoke next. I am General Peter Hayes. We are setting up a special team to study these signals. Dr. Clark, we want you to lead the scientific part of this team. Amanda looked at Ryan, then back at the general. What about my regular work here? Your regular work is not important anymore, General Hayes said. This is your new job. You will have the best equipment and the smartest people helping you, but everything you do will be secret. Amanda thought about the aliens sending math, lessons, and star maps. She thought about how they were trying to help humans learn. She wondered what other knowledge they might share. Okay, Amanda said. I will do it. Agent Thompson smiled. Good. We are moving you to a new facility tomorrow. Bring everything you have about these signals. That evening, Amanda sat in her small apartment and looked at the stars through her window. Somewhere out there, around a small red star, intelligent beings were watching Earth. They had been watching for who knows how long, waiting for humans to become smart enough to understand their messages. Now, the real work would begin. Amanda would lead a team to decode alien messages and learn from beings who were far more advanced than humans. She felt excited and nervous at the same time. The aliens were watching. The aliens were teaching, and now humans were finally ready to listen. The black cars arrived at Amanda's apartment building at exactly 6 in the morning. She had packed her bags the night before, but she still felt nervous about leaving her old life behind. Agent Lisa Thompson knocked on her door wearing the same dark suit as before. Ready to go, Dr. Clark? Agent Thompson asked. Amanda picked up her bags and followed the agent to the waiting car. As they drove through the city, Amanda watched familiar buildings pass by. She wondered when she would see them again. Where are we going? Amanda asked. A secure facility in Nevada. Agent Thompson replied. It is built underground, very safe and very secret. The drive to the airport was quiet. Amanda thought about Ryan, who was also being moved to the new facility. She thought about her parents who lived in another state. Agent Thompson had told her she could not call them or visit them until the project was finished. How long will this take? Amanda asked. We do not know, Agent Thompson said. It depends on what the aliens want to tell us. At the airport, Amanda saw Ryan waiting near a small military plane. He looked as nervous as she felt. They sat together during the flight to Nevada, talking quietly about what they might find at the new facility. Do you think there are other teams like ours? Ryan asked. I hope so, Amanda said. This is too big for just 2 people to handle. When the plane landed, 2 military trucks were waiting for them. The ride through the desert was long and hot. Finally, they reached what looked like a small building in the middle of nowhere. But Amanda soon learned that most of the facility was underground. Agent Thompson led them through security checkpoints and down several flights of stairs. The underground facility was much bigger than Amanda had expected. There were laboratories, offices, sleeping rooms, and even a cafeteria. "Welcome to Project Starwatch," Agent Thompson said. In the main laboratory, Amanda met the rest of the team. Dr. Helen Parker was a communication expert who had worked for NASA. Dr. Carl Johnson was a mathematician from Harvard University. Dr. Susan Bell studied different cultures and how they developed. There were also several military officers and computer specialists. General Peter Hayes was in charge of everything. He was a tall man with gray hair and serious eyes. When he spoke, everyone listened carefully. "Ladies and gentlemen," General Hayes said, "what we are doing here is the most important work in human history. We have made contact with an alien civilization. Our job is to learn everything we can from them." General Hayes showed them a large room filled with computers and radio equipment. "This is where we will receive and send messages to the aliens. Dr. Clark will lead the science team. Agent Thompson will handle security. I will make the big decisions." Amanda was excited to see the new equipment. The radio dishes were much more powerful than the ones at her old job. The computers were faster and could handle much more data. "Have there been any new signals since yesterday?" Amanda asked. "Yes," Dr. Parker said. "The aliens sent us blueprints." Dr. Parker showed Amanda computer files filled with technical drawings. The blueprints showed how to build machines that Amanda had never seen before. There were designs for power generators that used fusion energy. There were plans for engines that could make spaceships go faster than light. There were even blueprints for medical machines that could cure diseases. "This is incredible," Amanda said. "They are giving us technology that is hundreds of years ahead of what we have." "Why?" asked Dr. Johnson. "Why are they helping us?" Before anyone could answer, Colonel Jack Rivera walked into the room. He was the military advisor for the project. He did not trust the aliens. "Maybe they are not helping us," Colonel Rivera said. "Maybe they are getting us ready for something else." "What do you mean?" Amanda asked. "Think about it," Colonel Rivera said. "These aliens have been watching us for who knows how long. They know everything about us, but we know nothing about them. They could destroy us easily if they wanted to. So why are they being nice?" Dr. Bell, the culture expert, had a different idea. "Maybe they are teachers," she said. "Maybe they help young civilizations learn and grow. Or maybe they want to control us," Colonel Rivera replied. General Hayes held up his hand to stop the argument. "We will not know their real purpose until we learn more. Our job is to study their messages and try to communicate with them." Over the next few weeks, the signals from the aliens became more frequent and more complex. They sent detailed instructions for building new types of computers. They sent information about space travel and how to visit other planets. They even sent medical knowledge that could help humans live longer and healthier lives. But the most interesting discovery came from Dr. Parker. She found hidden patterns in the alien messages that looked like test questions. "Look at this," Dr. Parker said, showing the team a series of math problems that the aliens had sent. "These are not just random equations. They are questions. The aliens want us to solve them." Dr. Johnson worked on the math problems for several days. When he found the answers, Dr. Parker sent them back toward Proxima Centauri using the powerful radio equipment. The response came faster than anyone expected. Within hours, the aliens sent new blueprints and more advanced test questions. It was clear that they were pleased with the human answers. "They are testing our intelligence," Amanda said. "They want to see how smart we are before they give us more advanced knowledge." "But why?" Dr. Bell asked. Amanda had been thinking about this question for weeks. "Maybe they want to make sure we are ready. Advanced technology can be dangerous. Maybe they only give it to civilizations that are smart enough to use it safely." General Hayes was worried about something else. He called Amanda and the other team leaders to a private meeting. "I have been talking to other world leaders," General Hayes said. "It turns out we are not the only ones receiving these signals." Amanda was surprised. "What do you mean?" "Research stations in Australia, Russia, China, and Europe have all detected similar signals. The aliens are not just talking to America, they are talking to the whole world." This news made everyone think. If the aliens were contacting all of Earth's major countries, it meant they understood human politics. They knew that Earth was divided into different nations that sometimes fought with each other. Maybe they want all of humanity to work together on this. Dr. Bell suggested. Or maybe they are planning something that requires the whole planet to be involved, Colonel Rivera said darkly. Agent Thompson had been quiet during most of these discussions, but now she spoke up. There is something else you should know. Our intelligence agencies have been monitoring communications around the world. Every country that is receiving these signals is setting up secret projects like ours. Are they sharing information with us? Amanda asked. Some are, Agent Thompson replied. But others want to keep their discoveries secret. They think the alien technology will give them an advantage over other countries. General Hayes looked concerned. This could be a problem. If countries start competing instead of cooperating, we might miss important parts of the alien message. That night, Amanda could not sleep. She walked through the underground facility thinking about everything they had learned. The aliens were clearly very advanced. They had technology that seemed like magic compared to human science. But they were being patient and careful, teaching humans step by step. The test questions were getting harder each week. The aliens seemed to be measuring not just human intelligence, but also human wisdom. Some of the recent tests had been about ethics and morality, not just science and math. Amanda wondered what would happen when the tests were finished. Would the aliens reveal themselves? Would they visit Earth? Or would they just continue sending knowledge from their distant star? As she walked past the communication room, Amanda saw Dr. Parker working late at her computer. New signals were coming in from space. What are they sending now? Amanda asked. Dr. Parker looked up with excitement in her eyes. Something different, something big. I think they are getting ready to tell us something very important. Amanda looked at the screen. The new signals were unlike anything they had received before. They were longer and more complex. And hidden in the data, Amanda could see what looked like star maps showing dozens of different solar systems. The aliens were about to reveal something that would change everything humans thought they knew about the universe. The star maps that arrived from Proxima Centauri were unlike anything the team had ever seen. Dr. Helen Parker spent 3 days trying to understand what the aliens were showing them. The maps showed not just our solar system and theirs, but dozens of other star systems spread across a large part of the galaxy. Each star system on the map had symbols next to it. Some symbols were simple, like basic shapes and numbers. Other symbols were very complex, with intricate patterns that seemed to represent advanced mathematics and science. I think these symbols show how advanced each civilization is, Dr. Parker told the team during their morning meeting. Amanda looked at the star map on the big screen. What do the symbols next to our solar system mean? Dr. Carl Johnson, the mathematician, had been studying the symbols for hours. If I am reading this correctly, the symbols next to Earth show that we are still learning basic science. We are like children in school compared to some of these other civilizations. Colonel Jack Rivera did not like this idea. Are you saying the aliens think we are stupid? Not stupid, Dr. Susan Bell said. Young, there is a difference. A 5-year-old child is not stupid, but they are not ready to drive a car or perform surgery. General Peter Hayes looked worried. If we are the least advanced civilization on this map, why are the aliens contacting us at all? Before anyone could answer, new signals arrived from space. Dr. Parker ran to her computer to decode the message. When she read what the aliens had sent, her face turned pale. What is it? Amanda asked. It is a test, Dr. Parker said quietly, but not like the math problems they have been sending us before. This is different. This is much more serious. Dr. Parker put the alien message on the main screen so everyone could read it. The message was written in simple mathematical symbols that the team had learned to understand over the past few months. The aliens had sent a problem about energy and weapons. They showed the formula for creating nuclear weapons, but then they asked humans to solve a question about how to use nuclear energy safely instead of for war. The second part of the test was about the environment. The aliens sent information about Earth's climate and pollution. They asked humans to find solutions that would help the planet without harming other countries. The third part was about space travel. The aliens showed how to build rockets that could travel to other stars. But they asked humans to prove that they would use this technology to explore and learn, not to attack other worlds. They are testing our character, Dr. Bell said. They want to know if we are ready to handle advanced technology without destroying ourselves or others. Amanda felt nervous. This was much more important than solving math problems. The aliens were asking humans to prove that they deserve to join the community of advanced civilizations. How long do we have to answer? General Hayes asked. Dr. Parker checked the alien message again. They gave us 30 days. 30 days to speak for all of humanity? Colonel Rivera said. That is impossible. We cannot make decisions for the entire human race. Maybe that is part of the test, Amanda suggested. Maybe they want to see if we can work together as a planet instead of as separate countries. General Hayes made a difficult decision. I am going to contact the leaders of other countries. We need to share this test with everyone who has been receiving alien signals. This is too important for any one nation to handle alone. Over the next week, scientists from around the world began working together through secure communication channels. Teams in Russia, China, Australia, Japan, and Europe all received copies of the alien test. For the first time in history, all of Earth's major nations were cooperating on a single project. Dr. Amanda Clark found herself leading international video calls with the world's best scientists. They argued about the best answers to give the aliens, but they all agreed that the test was real and important. The nuclear energy question was the easiest to answer. Human scientists already knew how to use nuclear power safely. The problem was that some countries also used nuclear technology to make weapons. The alien test asked humans to choose between peaceful and military uses of nuclear energy. The environmental question was harder. Earth's climate was changing because of pollution, but fixing the problem required all countries to change how they made energy and manufactured goods. Some countries were willing to make these changes, but others worried about the cost. The space travel question was the most difficult. The aliens had given humans the knowledge to build faster-than-light spaceships, but they wanted proof that humans would use these ships responsibly. Dr. Johnson worked day and night on the mathematics of the alien test. I think I understand what they want, he told Amanda after a week of calculations. They are not just asking us to solve technical problems. They want us to show that we can make good decisions as a species. What do you mean? Amanda asked. Look at the pattern of their questions, Dr. Johnson said, showing Amanda his notes. Every question has two possible answers. One answer leads to advancement and cooperation. The other answer leads to conflict and destruction. They want to see which path humans will choose. Amanda realized that Dr. Johnson was right. The alien test was not about intelligence. It was about wisdom and morality. The aliens wanted to know if humans were ready to handle the responsibility that came with advanced technology. Dr. Parker made another important discovery. She found hidden messages in the alien transmissions that showed what had happened to other civilizations that had taken similar tests. Some civilizations passed the test and became part of a galactic community, Dr. Parker explained to the team, but others failed. The ones that failed were left alone to develop on their own, without any more help from advanced civilizations. What happened to the civilizations that failed? Amanda asked. Dr. Parker looked at the data sadly. Some of them eventually destroyed themselves with their own technology. Others became aggressive and tried to attack their neighbors. The advanced civilizations had to stop them. Colonel Rivera understood what this meant. So this test is not just about getting help from the aliens. It is about proving that we will not become a threat to other worlds. The pressure was enormous. The team had to find answers that would satisfy not just the aliens, but also all the different countries and cultures on Earth. Some nations wanted to give answers that would benefit themselves. Others wanted to give answers that would benefit all of humanity. Dr. Bell suggested a solution. What if we answer the test as if we are speaking for all intelligent life, not just humans? What if we show the aliens that we understand our responsibility to the entire galaxy? This idea changed how the team approached the test. Instead of thinking about what was best for Earth, they started thinking about what was best for all worlds and all civilizations. For the nuclear energy question, they proposed that humans would use nuclear technology only for peaceful purposes, like generating clean energy and powering spaceships. They promised that nuclear weapons would be eliminated gradually as better forms of defense were developed. For the environmental question, they outlined a global plan to reduce pollution and restore Earth's natural balance. The plan required all countries to work together and share the costs of cleaning up the planet. For the space travel question, they proposed that humans would use faster-than-light travel only for exploration and peaceful contact with other civilizations. They promised to follow strict rules about visiting other worlds and respecting alien cultures. As the 30-day deadline approached, Amanda felt both excited and terrified. The answers they had prepared represented the best hopes of humanity, but she wondered if they were good enough for the aliens. Dr. Parker sent the human answers toward Proxima Centauri, using the most powerful radio transmitter ever built. The signal would take over 4 years to reach the alien civilization, but somehow Amanda knew they would not have to wait that long for a response. 3 hours after sending their answers, new signals began arriving from space. The aliens had been waiting for humanity's response, and they were ready to reveal the next phase of their plan. Amanda looked at her teammates as the new signals filled their computers. Whatever the aliens sent next would determine the future of the human race. The new signals that arrived from Proxima Centauri were different from anything the team had seen before. Instead of math problems or blueprints, the aliens sent what looked like a massive database of information. Dr. Helen Parker worked for hours trying to decode all the data. "This is incredible," Dr. Parker said as she looked at her computer screen. "They are sending us information about hundreds of different worlds." Amanda Clark hurried over to see what Dr. Parker had discovered. On the screen was a detailed map of a large section of the galaxy. Dozens of star systems were marked with the same symbols they had seen before, but now each symbol came with detailed information. "Look at this," Dr. Parker said, pointing to one of the star systems. "This world is called Kepler 442b. According to this data, it has oceans and continents just like Earth. And look at the symbol next to it." The symbol next to Kepler 442b was very similar to the one that marked Earth on the galactic map. Amanda realized what this meant. "There are other worlds like ours," Amanda said quietly. "Other young civilizations." Dr. Carl Johnson joined them at the computer. He had been studying the mathematical patterns in the alien database. "It is more than that," he said. "Look at the timeline data they sent us." Dr. Johnson showed them a series of numbers that represented dates and time periods. The data showed that the civilization on Kepler 442b had received similar signals from Proxima Centauri about 50 Earth years ago. Another world called Ross 128b had been contacted 100 years ago. "They have been doing this for a long time," Amanda said. "They contact young civilizations and help them learn." Dr. Susan Bell, the culture expert, made an even more surprising discovery. She found records in the alien database that showed what had happened to the civilizations that had been contacted before Earth. "Some of these worlds are now sending signals to even younger civilizations," Dr. Bell announced to the team. "The aliens from Proxima Centauri are not the only ones helping developing worlds. It is like a chain of teachers and students across the galaxy." General Peter Hayes looked concerned. "Are you saying that we are part of some kind of galactic school system?" "It looks that way," Dr. Bell replied. "Advanced civilizations help younger ones learn and grow. When the young civilizations become advanced enough, they start helping even younger civilizations." Colonel Jack Rivera was still suspicious. But who is really in charge? Who makes the rules for this galactic community? The answer to that question came in the next part of the alien database. The data showed that there was no single ruler or government controlling the galaxy. Instead, the most advanced civilizations worked together to guide and protect younger worlds. These advanced civilizations had formed what the database called the Galactic Council. The council made decisions about which young civilizations were ready for contact and which ones needed more time to develop on their own. Earth has been under observation for over 200 years, Dr. Parker read from the alien data. The DAO Council has been watching our progress and waiting for us to reach a level of technology and social development that would make communication possible. Amanda felt a chill run down her spine. They have been watching us since before we had radio or electricity. The database says they have been watching human civilization since the Industrial Revolution, Dr. Johnson added. They have seen our wars, our scientific discoveries, our art, and our culture. They know everything about us. The most shocking revelation came next. The alien database contained detailed records of human history, but the records included events that had not happened yet. The aliens could predict the future of human civilization based on patterns they had observed in hundreds of other worlds. According to their predictions, Dr. Bell said with amazement in her voice, humanity will face several major challenges in the next 50 years: climate change, overpopulation, resource shortages, and the risk of nuclear war. But they also predict that we will overcome these challenges if we receive proper guidance. Is that why they contacted us now? Amanda asked. Because we are approaching a critical point in our development? Dr. Parker found the answer in another section of the database. Yes, they call it the Great Filter. Every civilization reaches a point where they either learn to work together and survive, or they destroy themselves. Most civilizations that reach our level of technology face this test within the next century. General Hayes understood the implications. So this is not just about us joining some galactic community. This is about our survival as a species. The alien database also contained information about civilizations that had failed the Great Filter test. Some had destroyed themselves with nuclear weapons. Others had ruined their planets with pollution. A few had become aggressive and tried to conquer other worlds, forcing the Galactic Council to intervene. What happens to the civilizations that fail? Colonel Rivera asked. Dr. Bell read from the database with a sad expression. They are quarantined. The advanced civilizations use their technology to prevent failed civilizations from leaving their home systems. They are left alone until they either fix their problems or disappear. The room became very quiet as everyone thought about what this meant. Humanity was being given a chance to join a vast community of intelligent beings, but failure would mean isolation and possibly extinction. Dr. Parker made another important discovery. The database contained a complete communication network map, showing how different civilizations stayed in contact with each other. Advanced worlds could send messages across the galaxy instantly using technology that was far beyond human understanding. They have been building this network for thousands of years, Dr. Parker explained. Every civilization that passes the Great Filter becomes part of the network. They share knowledge, resources, and help each other solve problems. Amanda looked at the network map with wonder. Hundreds of worlds were connected, sharing information and working together. It was like a galactic internet, but instead of computers, it connected entire civilizations. What about Earth? Amanda asked. Are we being invited to join this network? The answer came in the final section of the alien database. The beings from Proxima Centauri had included a formal invitation for humanity to join the Galactic Council's communication network. But the invitation came with conditions. First, humanity had to prove that they could work together as a single species instead of fighting each other as separate nations. Second, humans had to show that they could use advanced technology responsibly, without destroying their planet or threatening other worlds. Third, humanity had to accept the responsibility of helping even younger civilizations in the future. They are not just offering us membership, Dr. Johnson realized. They are offering us a job. If we join this galactic community, we will eventually become teachers and protectors for other developing worlds. General Hayes called an emergency meeting with world leaders. The decision was too important for any single government to make. Representatives from every major nation had to vote on whether humanity would accept the alien invitation. What if some countries vote yes and others vote no? Amanda asked. Agent Lisa Thompson, who had been quiet during most of the discussions, finally spoke up. Then humanity fails the test. The aliens made it clear that they will only work with civilizations that can unite for the common good. Over the next week, intense negotiations took place between world leaders. Some countries wanted to accept the invitation immediately, excited by the promise of advanced technology and galactic friendship. Other countries were worried about losing their independence and sovereignty. Dr. Bell studied the records of other civilizations that had faced similar decisions. The successful ones all made the same choice, she told the team. They put the future of their entire species above the interests of individual nations or groups. As the deadline for humanity's decision approached, Amanda felt the weight of history on her shoulders. She was just a scientist who had discovered some unusual radio signals, but now she was part of a team that would help determine the future of the human race. The aliens from Proxima Centauri were waiting for an answer. The Galactic Council was watching, and somewhere in the galaxy, other young civilizations were beginning their own journey toward this same moment of choice. Humanity stood at the threshold of becoming a galactic civilization, but first they had to prove they were ready for the responsibility that came with such an honor. The vote took place in a secret session at the United Nations building in New York. Representatives from every country on Earth gathered to make the most important decision in human history. Dr. Amanda Clark and her team watched the proceedings. On a secure video feed from their underground facility in Nevada, President Elizabeth Morgan of the United States spoke first. "We are here to decide whether humanity will accept the invitation to join the Galactic Council's communication network. This decision will affect every person on Earth for generations to come." The debate that followed was intense. Some leaders argued that joining the galactic community would solve many of Earth's problems. The advanced technology could end poverty, cure diseases, and help humans explore the stars. Other leaders worried that accepting alien help would make humanity dependent and weak. The representative from China raised an important concern. "How do we know the aliens are telling us the truth? What if this is a trick to make us lower our defenses?" Dr. Susan Bell, who had been invited to speak to the assembly, answered this question. "We have studied the records of hundreds of other civilizations. The pattern is always the same. The advanced beings help younger civilizations grow and learn. There is no evidence of deception or conquest." The representative from Russia had a different worry. "If we join this galactic network, will we lose our independence? Will alien civilizations start making decisions for us?" General Peter Hayes responded to this concern. "According to the alien database, each civilization maintains its own government and culture. The Galactic Council only intervenes when a civilization becomes a threat to others." As the debate continued, Amanda thought about everything that had happened since she first detected the alien signals. The beings from Proxima Centauri had been patient and helpful. They had shared knowledge freely and asked for nothing in return except proof that humans could handle responsibility. The most difficult part of the decision was the requirement for global unity. Many countries had been enemies for decades or even centuries. The idea of working together as a single human species was hard for some leaders to accept. The representative from India made an important point. "Perhaps this is exactly what humanity needs. We have spent too much time fighting each other instead of working together. The alien invitation gives us a reason to unite." After 12 hours of debate, the vote was called. Each country had one vote regardless of size or population. The result had to be unanimous. If even one country voted against joining the galactic community, humanity would fail the test. Amanda held her breath as the votes were counted. One by one, countries voted to accept the alien invitation. The United States voted yes. China voted yes. Russia voted yes. The pattern continued through Europe, Africa, Asia, and South America. But when the vote reached North Korea, there was a long pause. The North Korean representative stood up slowly. "My country has always valued independence. Above all else," he said. "We do not trust outsiders, whether they are from other nations or other worlds." Amanda's heart sank. If North Korea voted no, the test would be failed. But then the North Korean representative continued speaking. "However, we have reviewed the alien records carefully. We have seen what happens to civilizations that remain isolated. They fall behind and eventually face extinction. For the survival of all humans, including our own people, North Korea votes yes. The final vote was unanimous. Every country on Earth had agreed to accept the alien invitation. Within minutes of the vote, new signals arrived from Proxima Centauri. The aliens had been monitoring Earth's communications and knew about the decision immediately. Dr. Helen Parker decoded the new message with trembling hands. "They are congratulating us," she announced to the team. "Humanity has passed the test, but..." The celebration was short-lived. The alien message continued with new information that changed everything. "They want to meet us in person," Dr. Parker said with amazement. "They are sending a ship to Earth." The idea of actual alien visitors was both exciting and terrifying. Agent Lisa Thompson immediately began planning security measures. General Hayes started preparing military protocols. Dr. Bell began studying how to make first contact with an alien species. The aliens sent detailed information about their arrival. Plans: a ship would reach Earth in 6 months. The ship would not land on the planet's surface but would take up position near the moon. A small delegation of humans would be invited to visit the ship for the first face-to-face meeting between humans and aliens. President Morgan asked Amanda to lead the human delegation. "You discovered their signals," the president said. "You should be the first human to shake hands with an alien." Amanda felt honored but also nervous. She would be representing all of humanity in the most important meeting in history. Over the next 6 months, the world changed rapidly. The knowledge that aliens existed and were coming to visit Earth caused a mixture of excitement and fear among the general population. Some people were thrilled about the possibility of advanced technology and galactic friendship. Others were worried about invasion and the loss of human independence. The alien ship arrived exactly when promised. It appeared near the moon as a silver object about the size of a large building. The ship did not try to hide or approach Earth secretly. Instead, it broadcast a message of greeting to all humans. Amanda and her team traveled to the International Space Station using a special shuttle that had been built with alien-provided technology. From the space station, they would take a smaller craft to visit the alien ship. As their shuttle approached the alien vessel, Amanda got her first close look at technology from another world. The ship was beautiful, with smooth curves and a surface that seemed to shimmer with inner light. There were no visible engines or weapons, but the ship moved through space with perfect grace. A docking port opened on the side of the alien ship, and Amanda's shuttle was gently drawn inside. When the airlock opened, Amanda saw her first alien being. The alien was humanoid, but taller and thinner than most humans. Its skin had a slight blue tint, and its eyes were larger than human eyes, but its expression was kind and welcoming. "Greetings, Dr. Clark," the alien said in perfect English. "I am Ambassador Zarin from the world you call Proxima Centauri B. We have been looking forward to meeting you for a very long time." Amanda shook hands with Ambassador Zarin, realizing that she was making history with that simple gesture. Ambassador Zarin led the human delegation through the alien ship. The technology was incredible, but what impressed Amanda most was how peaceful everything felt. There were no weapons visible anywhere, and the alien crew members all seemed calm and friendly. "Your species has great potential," Ambassador Zarin told Amanda as they walked through the ship's corridors. "We have observed many civilizations, but humans have a unique combination of curiosity, creativity, and determination." "What happens now?" Amanda asked. "Now you begin the next phase of your development," Ambassador Zarin replied. "We will establish a permanent communication link between Earth and the galactic network. Human scientists will have access to knowledge from hundreds of advanced civilizations. In return, humans will eventually help guide other young species." Amanda learned that Earth would not be transformed overnight. The galactic community believed in gradual development. Humans would receive new technology slowly, only when they were ready to use it responsibly. "How long before we become a fully advanced civilization?" Dr. Johnson asked. "Every species develops at its own pace," Ambassador Zarin explained. "Some take centuries, others take millennia. What matters is not speed, but wisdom." As the meeting concluded, Ambassador Zarin made Amanda an offer that would change her life forever. Would you like to visit our world? The alien ambassador asked. You could be the first human to see Proxima Centauri b. The journey would take several months, but you would return to Earth with knowledge that would help your species for generations. Amanda looked at her teammates, then back at Ambassador Zarin. 6 months ago, she had been a simple astronomer looking for signals in space. Now she was being invited to visit another world. Yes, Amanda said without hesitation. I would be honored to make that journey. As Earth's first interstellar ambassador, Amanda would carry humanity's hopes and dreams to the stars. The aliens had been watching, testing, and teaching. Now it was time for humans to begin their own journey as members of the galactic community. The future had arrived, and it was more wonderful than anyone had dared to imagine.